Hey, is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horses sing on there.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
I used to sail to every port, thought that I was quite a sport. A ladies' man was quite the thing to be. Spent my money just like water, doing things I hadn't thought of. Lordy, what a fool they made of me. So it's hi-ho, away we go. The tide is high, the wind is low. We'll head out where the waves are rolling free. There'll be some new girls when we put to port again, 'cause there's still a lot of fish left in the sea. I met a girl in Delaware. She had blue eyes and curly hair, the cutest thing I'd seen in all my life. Took her dining, took her dancing, but when I spoke of romancing, she told me she was somebody's wife. So it's hi-ho, away we go. The tide is high, the wind is low. We'll head out where the waves are rolling free. There'll be some new girls when we put to port again, 'cause there's still a lot of fish left in the sea. I met a little southern belle, thought that I would do quite well, 'cause she winked at me as I passed by. Gave her things that seemed to please her, but then when I tried to squeeze her, she up and hit me in the eye. So it's hi-ho, away we go. The tide is high, the wind is low. We'll head out where the waves are rolling free. There'll be some new girls when we put to port again, 'cause there's still a lot of fish left in the sea. Well, I've knocked on wood, crossed my fingers, even bought perfume that lingers. Can't imagine what the fault may be. But I think I've learned my lesson with the women. No more messing, at least until the next one smiles at me. So it's hi-ho, away we go. The tide is high, the wind is low. We'll head out where the waves are rolling free. There'll be some new girls when we put to port again, 'cause there's still a lot of fish left in the sea. And there's bound to be a pretty girl for me, 'cause there's still a lot of fish left in the sea.
Howdy.
Howdy.
The show is Horses Sing None of It. My name's Ralph Litwin. Our guest today is Lou Hollander. Welcome to the show, Lou.
Pleasure to be here.
From Irvington, New Jersey. Yes?
Yes, right next to Newark.
And
noted for being one of the car theft capitals of the country.
did you grow up in New Jersey?
No, I'm originally from New York.
And migrated all the way to New Jersey?
Yeah, when I graduated from high school, we moved out here. I escaped from New York.
What part of New York did you grow up in?
Well, it was sort of a no man's land. It was a section called Marble Hill, which is the northern end of Manhattan, but it's on the wrong side of the river. It's on the across the Harlem River on the Bronx side. But politically, it's still called Manhattan.
Interesting. Is that section still there under that designation?
As far as I know.
By golly. So what else would you like to play for us?
Okay, well, this is one that a lot of people like. Peaches, apples, and cherries growing up in the trees. Peaches, apples, and cherries, how delightful they must be. How I wish that I could try some. I wish that just a few would fall. But as I sit here waiting, seems to me that I recall that if you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. Better not depend on gravity. If you wait for it to fall, you may not get it at all. If you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. Peaches, apples, and cherries, everywhere I look, I see. Peaches, apples, and cherries, maybe there are some for me. If I wait a little longer, maybe some will come my way. But the thought is getting stronger, I may have to wait all day. 'Cause if you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. Better not depend on gravity. If you wait for it to fall, you may not get it at all. If you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. Peaches, apples, and cherries, everything in life must be. Peaches, apples, and cherries, nothing's absolutely free. You gotta make a little effort. Sometimes you really have to try. If you're gonna sit there waiting, life is gonna pass you by. 'Cause if you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. Better not depend on gravity. If you wait for it to fall, you may not get it at all. If you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. Believe me, if you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. That's what they tell me. If you want the fruit, you gotta shake the tree. Yes, sirree.
Very nice, Lou.
Thank you.
Could you share with us how you first got involved with music?
What was it that turned you on to it? And
Well, which kind of music?
the
Folk
first
music?
the first kind of music that you got interested
Well,
in?
I was playing little instruments when I was a kid, little toy xylophones and things like that, and blowing on tin whistles and ocarinas and all those things. I was always musically inclined, and well, at one point I had some piano lessons, but I was too good at memorizing, so I didn't learn to sight read. And my mother cut the lessons out because she wanted me to learn how to read. So I never did learn how to really play the piano.
And then?
Well, as far as playing the guitar, I was a counselor at a camp one summer, and one of the other counselors played the guitar at the campfire. So he only knew 3 chords, and I figured if he could do it, I could. So I went out and bought a 25-cent instruction book and proceeded from there.
And then you started writing songs at some point.
Yeah, that was back 50 years ago. Yeah, 50 years ago, 1952, I wrote the first one I played, Ladies' Man. That was my very first song. It got me started on this infamous career of songwriting. And I think it's fun, it's a challenge.
Well, why don't you give us another one then?
Okay, here's one that a little bit of country western feeling to it. Say, did you see my lady as she went flying by? I saw you do a double take when she caught your eye. There's lots of fellas don't believe it first time they see her sitting there behind the wheel of a big old GMC. She's my truck driving lady, I'm her truck driving man. Ain't nobody sweeter than my little Mary Ann. She can drive an 18-wheeler good as any fella can. That truck driving lady of this truck driving man. I met her at a stop one day way down on 203. Kinda took a shine to her, likewise she to me. We both agreed that we would meet as often as we could. But when we're driving different roads, chances ain't too good. She's my truck driving lady, I'm her truck driving man. Ain't nobody sweeter than my little Mary Ann. She can drive an 18-wheeler good as any fella can. That truck driving lady of this truck driving man. Now just the other day when I was heading for Big A, sure enough I saw her going by the other way. I got her on the CB, I said, honey, pick a spot and we'll take a break from driving long enough to tie the knot. She's my truck driving lady, I'm her truck driving man. Ain't nobody sweeter than my little Mary Ann. She can drive an 18-wheeler good as any fella can. That truck driving lady of this truck driving man. Well, we put our heads together and now we're thinking big. Saving up our money, we're gonna buy a rig. Then we'll be running double all up and down this land. That truck driving lady and this truck driving man. She's my truck driving lady, I'm her truck driving man. Ain't nobody sweeter than my little Mary Ann. She can drive an 18-wheeler good as any fella can. That truck driving lady of this truck driving man. Thank you. Hot lights here.
The mysterious hand appears from off camera. Oh, we should tell folks how to get in touch with you. You are an old-fashioned kind of guy with old-fashioned
my sole claim
vinyl
to fame.
record, and folks can get in touch with you at 973-371-9814, if I'm reading that correctly.
That's right.
And they can find out from you your gig schedule and how to get information about the recordings.
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope to be doing a CD soon, so they can get information on that.
Available on
the LP,
cassette or LP.
Most people can't play an LP now, but I had it converted to cassettes also, in case people want them.
So what kind of places do you find yourself playing, Lou?
Well, I play mostly nursing homes and assisted living facilities. It's easier to get the gigs there. There's an awful lot of competition with the coffee houses, and I have to admit I'm not a finger picker, and most of the people who run the coffee houses like people who play a lot of notes, and obviously I don't play a lot of notes. I strum chords, so it's a little hard to get the gigs in the coffee houses.
I'm a chord strummer too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, give us another tune.
Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, yeah, this is a relatively recent one. I don't know if you've been in the latest supermarkets. The new ones are really huge. They're so big you practically have to get a guide to go through them. And they've got just about everything you might want to buy, and maybe some things that you wouldn't expect to find. One day when I was out shopping, cruising the supermart aisle, filling my cart up with groceries, it felt like I'd walked for a mile. That's when I happened to notice a can sitting all by itself, So I stopped to look at the label of the little green can on the shelf. It said, use this when you're feeling lonely. Try it when you're feeling blue. To banish despair, spray in the air. It will work wonders for you. If there is news that is tragic and you start to pity yourself, it said it would work just like magic, that little green can on the shelf. I bought it and took it home with me and put it away on a shelf to save for a day when things would look gray and I need a lift for myself. One day when my world seemed in tatters and I lost all faith in myself, that's when I remembered and reached for that little green can on the shelf. It said, use this when you're feeling lonely. Try it when you're feeling blue. To banish despair, spray in the air. It will work wonders for you. If there is news that is tragic and you start to pity yourself, it said it would work just like magic, that little green can on the shelf. I sprayed the room all about me. The fragrance of spring filled the air. Colors all seemed to brighten, and birds started singing somewhere. My troubles all seemed to lighten. I felt a new power in myself. It worked like it said, just like magic, that little green can on the shelf. It said, use this when you're feeling lonely. Try it when you're feeling blue. To banish despair, spray in the air. It will work wonders for you. If there is news that is tragic and you start to pity yourself, it said it would work just like magic, that little green can on the shelf. I tried not to use it too often. I feared I would use it all up. But finally one day it just would not spray. I'd used every bit of it up. Now each time I go out shopping, I carefully look at each shelf in hope that I'll find another little green can on the shelf that says, use this when you're feeling lonely. Try it when you're feeling blue. To banish despair, spray in the air. It will work wonders for you. If there is news that is tragic and you start to pity yourself, it says it will work just like magic, that little green can on the shelf, that little green can on the shelf.
Do you have a set way that you go about writing a song?
Well, I prefer to get the lyrics first. The hardest part in writing a song is finding something to write about. I can write lots of melodies, but then I say, what am I going to say? You know, that's the problem. So usually I get the idea for a lyric first, and I can always put music to it. Once in a while I've had the idea for a melody and was able to find words for it. But it's easier, words first.
So where do you get your ideas for lyrics?
Can come from any place in life. Sometimes, like this last one, Green Can, years ago was an article in the magazine section of the New York Times about a spray can that could do everything. I mean, but when the reporter researched it, actually all it did was smell good.
What are you going to play for us next?
Okay, well this next one, oh yeah, this is one where you get into the act.
Well, we got we got 2 more numbers here. About 8 minutes left.
Okay.
Do you want
We
to?
can squeeze 2 in.
Okay. You want me to play on this one then?
Yeah, play this one. I do a lot of programs at as I said, at nursing homes, and they like to hear the old songs, what we call the old standards. And so one night I sat down, I was practicing, and I got the idea for this one about the old, what I call the old-fashioned songs. I like an old-fashioned song that makes me want to sing along. I like a simple tune with words like June and moon, and if the lyrics are funny, it makes my whole day sunny. I like an old melody that's good for 4-part harmony. When they play rock and roll, I go out for a stroll. I like an old-fashioned song. I like an old-fashioned song that has a beat that's not too strong. I like a simple air with lots of feeling there, and if the rhythm is snappy, it makes my toes feel tappy. I like an old-fashioned tune, the kind Bing Crosby used to croon. Ba-ba-ba-boo, ba-ba-boo. When they play acid rock, I go right into shock. I like an old-fashioned song. I like an old-fashioned song. Play it again, Sam. I like an old-fashioned song. Won't you bring 'em back, please? I like an old-fashioned song. Hot dog. Okay, you said we had time for one more. This is a problem I had many years ago, and somehow I managed to cope with it. If it happened today, I might be in trouble. Too many women at one time. Too many women at one time. They got me running round till I'm dragging on the ground. Too many women at one time. Too many women at one time. Too many women at one time. I'd better take it slower, I'm running out of door. Too many women at one time. Now I never was a great romancer, wondered what the trouble could be. But it seems I've found the answer, 'cause they're racing and a-chasing after me. Too many women at one time. Too many women at one time. I like what they're doing to me, but they're gonna ruin me. Too many women at one time. Now I never thought I'd reach this condition, feeling like a top when it spins. But I'll have to make this admission, I definitely wish that I was twins. Too many women at one time. Too many women at one time. Doing the best I can, but I'm not Superman. Too many women, my head is swimming. I got too many women at one time.
Thanks for being our guest on Horses Sing None of It, Lou.
My pleasure.
We should tell folks one more time how to get in touch with you by calling the number which appears on the screen magically, 973-371-0000. 9814 if you want information about Lou's recordings or where you can see him play. And I think we have time for one more song.
Playing out, huh? This is about a town called Jericho, not the one in the Bible where the walls came tumbling down. Could be the one in Jersey. We do have one down in the southern part of the state. There's a place called Jericho, short way down the road. Used to be a small town, lordy, how it's grown. Always was so quiet, not much there to do. Now each time I go down there, I find something new. Going down to Jericho when my work is done. Going down to Jericho, have a little fun. Going down to Jericho, see what I can see. Lots of girls in Jericho, must be one for me. Putting on my Sunday boots, slicking down my hair, dressing in the finest clothes that I can wear. When I get to Jericho, strut on down the street, tip my hat politely to every girl I meet. Going down to Jericho when my work is done. Going down to Jericho, have a little fun. Going down to Jericho, see what I can see. Lots of girls in Jericho, must be one for me. Friday night in Jericho, they always have a dance. If you want to meet someone, that's where you'll get your chance. Swing your partner lightly, then give her a twirl. You won't have no trouble, get you a girl. Going down to Jericho when my work is done. Going down to Jericho, have a little fun. Going down to Jericho, see what I can see. Lots of girls in Jericho, must be one for me. Met a girl in Jericho last time I was there. Pretty as a picture, flowers in her hair. Voice just like a nightingale, cutest little smile. Going down to Jericho and stay a little while. Going down to Jericho when my work is done. Going down to Jericho, have a little fun. Going down to Jericho, see what I can see. Lots of girls in Jericho, must be one for me. Lots of girls in Jericho, must be one for me.